The future perfect is a verb tense used for actions that will be completed before some other point in the future. For example, the parade will have ended by the time Chester gets out of bed. At 8 o'clock, I will have left. The future perfect tense is for talking about an action that will be completed between now and some point in the future. Imagine that your friend Linda asks you to take care of her cat for a few days while she goes on a trip. She wants you to come over today at noon so she can show you where to find the cat food and how to mash it up in the bowl just right so that Fluffy will decide to eat it. But you're busy this afternoon, so you ask Linda if you can come at 8 o'clock tonight instead. No, that won't work. At 8 o'clock, I will have left already, she says. What does the future perfect tell us here? It tells us that Linda is going to leave for her trip sometime after right now, but before a certain point in the future, 8 o'clock tonight. She probably shouldn't have waited until the last minute to find a cat sitter. The formula for the future perfect tense is pretty simple. Will have plus past participle. It doesn't matter if the subject of your sentence is singular or plural. The formula doesn't change. Making a negative future perfect construction is easy. Just insert not between will and have. For example, we will not have eaten breakfast before we get to the airport tomorrow morning. They will not have finished decorating the float before the parade. You can also use the contraction won't in the place of will not. They won't have finished decorating the float before the parade. And the formula for asking a question in the future perfect tense is will plus subject plus have plus past participle. For instance, will you have eaten lunch already when we arrive? Will they have finished decorating the float before the parade? When to use the future perfect tense. Sometimes you can use the future perfect tense and the simple future tense interchangeably. In these two sentences, there is no real difference in meaning because the word before makes the sequence of events clear. Linda will leave before you get there. Linda will have left before you get there. But without prepositions such as before or by the time that make the sequence of events clear, you need to use the future perfect to show what happened first. For example, at 8 o'clock, Linda will leave. This means that Linda will wait until 8 o'clock to leave. At 8 o'clock, Linda will have left. This means Linda will leave before 8 o'clock. When not to use the future perfect tense. The future perfect tense is only for actions that will be complete before a specified point in the future. In other words, the actions you're talking about must have a deadline. If you don't mention a deadline, use a simple future tense instead of the future perfect tense. Linda will leave. This is correct. Linda will have left. No, this is incorrect. The deadline can be specific, for example, 8 o'clock, or it can be vague, next week. It can even depend on when something else happens, after the parade ends. It just has to be some point in the future. Normally, students ask this question: is the future perfect used in everyday speech? The future perfect, like all verb tenses in English, is used daily by native speakers, both in writing and speaking, and in formal and informal situations. For this reason, it really is worth learning. Here are some other examples for you to read to help you become more familiar with it. Call me at 2 p.m. I'll have eaten lunch by then. By next Friday, we'll have moved into our new home. What will you have done by the end of today? Learning to use the future perfect tense will help you become more fluent when you want to talk about the future. Start using it now by making some examples about yourself and what you'll done by the end of today. That's it, and thanks so much for using Phoenix English. See you soon.